up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back into Pregaming here at Sports Money. Let me get things adjusted. One day out of the studio and everything goes amok. Hope you guys are all doing well. Happy Thursday, January 22nd to everybody that's out there. One day away from the weekend, and it is going to be a big weekend here at Sports Money. I hope you guys are excited. I'm a little frustrated. Elon, if you're listening, get your shit together, Elon. We're trying to get this Twitter thing going here, and yet it's always lagging. It's just always lagging behind here. My goodness, you see the tweet hasn't even gone out. This is very frustrating. This is why you got to have your notifications turned on, both on the YouTube side of things and the Twitter side of things, so that you never miss the shows as they drop. But this show's just about as reliable as clockwork. As I say that tongue in cheek, literally tongue to cheek across the tooth. I was not here yesterday. Thank you guys for the well-wishing. I had a root canal. I mean, not as bad as I thought it would be. I guess what probably would have been helpful is knowing in advance what they were going to do and how long it was going to take. I didn't know it was going to take almost 2 hours. Nor did I realize they weren't going to give me any pain medication post the procedure, but we're here. We're fighters. We're grinders. We're hustlers. And we're going to grind on this sports card this evening. I'm excited because if we can pull it off tonight, I think we'll have a special guest back here for Thursday night to talk some college hoops with us. And again, the weekend's just getting ready. You guys know the deal. We're going to have all kinds of live things going on for you guys. Thank you, Trevor Davis. Appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, feeling better. Feeling better. Dale Fick, no pain meds. Dude, it was the most bizarre process of leaving I think I've ever had. Doctor's like, all right, or the dentist, I guess he's a doctor, right? Doctor of dentistry. He's like, all right, you're all done. I said, all right. Now I guess you got to come back in like 4 weeks to get the crown, I guess, right? So they're molding the crown or whatever that was that they were doing. So all right, you're all done. Okay. So I get to walk. I start walking out the front door. I'm like, do I need to schedule an appointment? Nah, we'll contact you. I'm like, okay. Walk by the front door. The guy goes, see ya. No checkout, no nothing. Just walk out the front door and wait for him to call me back to put the crown in. So there wasn't even a chance to talk about pain medication, but I did get Motrin. I was chewing those fuckers like Pez candy yesterday. So in any event, feels better. We're moving. We're grooving. We're here to kick some butt and take some names. I did put some plays out there for the members yesterday. For those that are in the Silver and Gold Club, I told you, listen, not going to leave you guys high and dry. For those that support the show at a high level, I want to support you guys. We found some profit yesterday. We had a really great day in the NHL. We had a really great day in the NBA. We had a so-so day in college hoops. We'll take a run down the board really quick, talk about what worked and what didn't work out there. LaSalle, that was my wrong team favorite spot of the day. As I say that, as I start talking here, haven't talked like this fast this much since the old op there. But the LaSalle plus 10.5 cash for us in college hoops. Kennesaw, I kind of swerved into the storm of adversity with Kennesaw, knowing that this is one of those teams I talked to you guys about that was been indicted for point shaving, and their star player gets yanked out of the lineup. But I kind of thought maybe, hey, sort of star player theory. They lost by 6. So we lost that game by the hook. And Utah Valley did not cash for us either. A little frustrating when it came down to the college hoop side of things. USC, the late night spot, just blew it. Sharp perspective betting, by the way, kind of struggling across the board now. The Sharps have kind of fallen into the malaise of mid-season transition to divisional play types of situations out there. So that is what it is. But we did, we did not cash the over in the Toronto-Detroit game. It is what it is, right? What are we going to do here? We did cash the Seattle Kraken plus 105. That was nice money. We did cash the under 6 in the Pittsburgh-Calgary game. Nice little minus 118, but it got there for us. And the big banger was the Vancouver Canucks at plus 150 to close out the evening. So that was some nice plus money. NBA-wise, pretty good day. We didn't get there with the Indiana Pacers. They lost by 15 points. Got a plus 11. We did cash the Atlanta Hawks plus 1.5. They won by 2 points outright. We did cash what else did we cash? Toronto minus 5. Toronto minus 5 was nice, easy money for us as well. So I think that kind of brings us current with the process from yesterday. So despite all things being considered here, we still found a couple of dollars in our pocket, and the overnight play, 2 overnight plays in a row. 2 nights ago, cashed it. Last night, cashed it. I don't know who's leaving me a message, but cash that too. So always nice to wake up to some money. Tennis, Australian tennis, not so great with the straight plays, alive and kicking with our outright winners, both in men's and women's Australian tennis. I remembered now. So I don't know how you forget some of these things, but 5 round men's events in the majors. Don't like those. So it is what it is. Now we do have some top 20s. I'll read these out for you guys in case you missed them. There is still an opportunity to get involved for the big American Express Open that's going on right now for the PGA as they kick off the golf season. Remember, we started 1-1. But we're up about 0.85 units because we had 2 plus money spots to get in the top 20. Something I've been kind of changing a little bit with the way that I go about the golf season. Want to make sure that above all else, we're cashing. I mean, some of these long shot bets, they're fun. First rounds, we'll get back there. We'll get back and start having some of those as well. But the season's just getting started. So we want to get off to a big start so that we have a nice cushy bankroll that we can fire some bombs away out there. 2 guys I gave out there for top 20 finishes. The first was Harry Hall. He was a plus 195. And then Mike Brennan at a plus 925. So going down the list, I know Harry Hall wasn't starting out too spectacular, but the nice part about a top 20 is it's got to make the cut and get hot. And then we can cash a plus 195 spot. So let's see. Harry Hall. No, he wasn't doing great. Let's see where he's at currently. But I'll share this with you guys because there is an opportunity still to get involved with these guys. And whether you say, hey, you know what, plus 195 top 20, and that number is going to be a lot bigger now for you. Or you even want to consider this guy to make the cut. Tomorrow is the cut. So you don't have to sit on that money too long. And he's right there. He's at even money. Oh, I'm sorry, even money. He's at even on the round. He's at, tied for 130. So he's got some work to do. And then Brennan, I don't even see Brennan. Let's see where he is. Top 20 for Brennan would be the big score at that plus 925. Let's see where he's at here. Michael Brennan, he's just above him, -1. So, hey, top 20. We just need one of those 2 guys to get in there to continue to grow the golf bankroll. I don't know if you guys separate them like that, but I do. I try to look at them in separate buckets. So that's going to be the way that we kick off tonight. Now, I've got a fully loaded and baked card, and if things go right and our guests can join us here for hoops, we'll finish off with college basketball and just kind of go around the horn because we're getting ready. We're going to do a little warm-up. I feel like I can still see my jaws like hanging off to this left side a little bit here, like I'm having a stroke. This side. Actually, I guess I don't know. Anyhow, I'm going to talk to you guys about the Knights and Bruins. I'm going to talk to you about the Stars and the Jackets, the Blackhawks and the Hurricanes, and the Senators and the Predators will be the 4 games that I'm going to talk to you about. It's a pretty big NHL slate. So really excited about those spots. Then I'm going to go to the NBA. I've got 3 for you over there. The Rockets and the Sixers, the Nuggets and the Wizards, the Lakers and the Clippers, the Battle of LA before we move into college hoops. I've got 2 plays prep for you, and if our guests can make it on time for us here, we will fire off and get you some more college basketball this evening because our guy is heating up, and he's heating up at an opportune time. That's right, 11 a.m. on Saturday. Hanging with the hoops, fellas here. It's going to be yours truly, Mikey Money. And our guy, Mickey Mac Daddy, is going to join us to talk college basketball. We're going to join you guys at 11. We're going to spend about an hour going through really the majority of the card, the spots that we like, some of the angles and trends you need to, you know what the show format's going to look like. It looks like it does, man. We try to give you guys a full breakdown. Saturdays are a great day to do it because now we're in divisional play and we're going to have 125, 150 games plus. And so we'll try to guide you, we'll help navigate you guys through the, the robust schedule that is college hoops. Now, reminder for all, UFC show is live Saturday night. UFC's moved up an hour. That's probably the most important thing to note for everybody is that they've moved it from 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock, at least for the pay-per-view the numbered UFC events. I got to get myself used to saying that now. The numbered UFC events. Paramount Plus is the new home for the UFC. If you haven't heard, you've been living under a rock, but they will start at 5 p.m. So that gives us an hour earlier to get after, which means whether you're a UFC fan or not, you get the entire evening with the one. How bad this light does. Look at this. No, it's not even that bad, but it just like darkens everything. Like less light is more light. Who would have thought that was the case? So I'm working on some things. We're working on the studio. We're working on the scheduling, but I do know this. We got a new show coming on Saturday, and we'll finish that off with you guys through the rest of college hoops. Why not? Got some of the best in the business to do it. I told you guys this. I don't roll with no slobs here. We're talking about guys that know what they're doing, force me to elevate my game, and keep some head-to-head records while we're doing it. Now, in addition to that, we're going to go back to Friday. I know initially I mentioned Sunday, but I just think for play on the NFL schedule this weekend, I was talking to my guy Shark. We're going to go tomorrow for the NFL. We're going to give you guys the conference games, the breakdowns between those two conference games, AFC and NFC. So you'll have plenty of time to check those out and get those plays in. So join us if you can, 2 p.m. tomorrow. I know some of you guys will be working, and I get it. Maybe tune us on and keep it on mute. Maybe you just tune in on your ride home from work. I don't know. I don't care. Just make sure you're there to check it out. You don't want to miss the action for the 2 games that we're going to bake in. There's only going to be 2 shows left for the NFL, the Betting Blitz tomorrow. And then, of course, the Super Bowl, the big dance. We'll see if we can get some new guests in there, too, to join us and spice up the big dance out there, the big Super Bowl game that is. But those are some things that are on the horizon. Of course, you can check out the breakdown, world-renowned Capper VB MMA picks for the UFC has gone in there and broken down 3 fights this week with Liam Picks Fights, excuse me. Liam don't respond, I know that, but Liam Pick Fights is going to give you guys 3 breakdowns with VB MMA for the big card this weekend. So you don't want to miss that. That content is sitting out there as well. Just trying to give you guys action, trying to get you guys in the know with these plays. I got a bunch to talk about with you guys here, and we'll see if we can wrap her up and get our friend in here to join us as we finish off. College basketball is just heating up. My guy's heating up. He's hotter than a lava rock right now. But look, I'm trying to match, trying to follow suit. I gotta tell you what, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games that I had to narrow the list down from here tonight. 17 games, 18 games. It's a shame. It's a shame I don't just give out all 18, but that's not what we're here to do. Listen, I want to give you guys best bets here. I want to give you guys plays that just missed my VIP card here. I want to help you guys with actionable intelligence here. And of course, if you want the best plays, my premium plays, my favorite spots of the evening, maybe the spots that I went a little heavier on than the rest, you can find them over at Winnable. Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
Yep. You know the deal now. Let's get to business, you guys. I'm going to lean on these videos a little bit while I can slow myself down and enjoy some tasty beverage here. Instead, keep hydrated. No smoking, no drinking for 72 hours. I certainly don't want to have anything fall out of place. But that seems like a tall order. Let me tell you, as a professional drinker, as I see myself, going to sleep with no pain meds and no booze and a sore mouth. Surprisingly, I slept a long night. So anyhow, you guys, thank you guys all for being here. If you haven't done so, smash the thumbs up button. Quickest way to help us grow this channel. If you guys like the content, you like the shows, we're bringing our friends and family in here to give you guys more action. All I ask you to do in return, small request, is to hit that thumbs up button so we can spread the word, man. We're trying to get this thing growing. Wait till baseball season. We're going to have a full, I don't even want to, I've shared too much. I've already shared too much, but I'll tell you this, new format for baseball this season, because frankly, Ramon kicked a day off. I would try to cover the last couple of games that were there, but the best goddamn baseball capper on the planet's right here on screen with you guys right now. 152.5 positive units last year. And we were missing so many spots. That's where the Silver and Gold Club was kind of developed, was to say, hey, when we have afternoon action, we want to get you guys in the know. So a couple dollars and I'll send you those spots. But here's the deal. We're going to bring you guys action. We're going to talk hitting, props, pitching, props, sides, totals, the whole package. And it's going to be a ton of fun to do it. So new time slot as well. I'm very excited. In any event, though, if you guys like what's happening here, you like the direction things are heading, you're happy to be a member of this community, all I ask you to do is hit the thumbs up button, show some support. Shout out to all you guys in the chat. I see Jover's here. Jover's popping. He's rocking. He's rolling. He's giving you guys some overs in that Red Wings and Wild game. He likes the first period over. Well, it's a personal problem. Stars and Blue Jackets first period over 1.5. He likes the Stars and Blue Jackets game to go over 6. He likes the Sabres and Canadians La Habitants game to go over 6.5. Don't forget about the championship polls. They're live. That's a great reminder for you guys. If you haven't done so already, get over to the community post tab. Get your vote in for these championship games. And I'll tell you what, leave a comment. Leave a comment with your score and your winner. And we'll do some giveaways for those that are right on the point. Exact score, exact winner. We will give the farm away. Shout out to Trevor Davis. Says, thanks. Hope you're feeling better. Thank you, my dude. Dale Fick. No pain meds. Why? Don't know, dude. Don't know. Blake M. Says, good to see you back. Wondered if you were getting a crown. It's nothing. I have 3. Yeah, I guess I'll have 1. I try to get gold. I think gold's too expensive. Kenny Wood says, what up, you guys? Let's go. AOD's here checking in. Peter Grassi says, sup, Mikey? Hope the root canal went okay. Yeah, not bad. You know, besides your mouth being jacked open like this for fucking 2 hours, that feeling of the grinding, right? The grinder in there chiseling away. And then that vibration, the smoke when they burn the cement into place there to cap off the smoke. It was just I could smell it all night. I swear to God. But anyhow, Robert McCormick's here. Redbeard says, like the Sabres to sneak out a win tonight. Chicago Joe says, thanks the boys on Kensington for that. Thank the boys on Kensington for that. Says Chicago Joe. What up, Chicago Joe? It's good to see you here, my friend. AOD, professional drinker and scumbag. Appreciate you, my guy. No Vicodin, Robert McCormick. No. Blake M says, put gauze in your mouth, wet over the area, and you can smoke. It's not a bad idea. Phil the Kill. So Sabres smoking and drinking are one and the same for me. So people ask if I smoke. I say, no, I drink. So anyhow, good suggestion. Appreciate that. Phil the Kill. So Sabres, Canes, first period over 1.5, over 5.5, plus 100, even money. The Irish King says, let's get these bags, Mikey. All right, you guys, appreciate that. A little slower start here to the show this evening because I'm dealing. I hope you guys can appreciate that. But we're here to talk some hockey. We'll kick this thing off talking about the first game on the card for me. Is going to be a look at this Vegas Golden Knights and Boston Bruins spot. And I'll tell you this right now. I like what them Golden Knights have going on, but I don't just like them Golden Knights. We'll talk about it in a minute here, but first place in the Pacific. Also, coming off a loss, an unexpected loss to them Philadelphia Flyers. A lot of people said, oh, that first period over. They got juiced at minus 140s. We had first period, both teams to score. We lost a unit, but we had the upside of 1.7 units out there. So we will run the gauntlet, as they say, but here we go with this Vegas Golden Knights squad popping off here. Yes, coming off that loss. And frankly, they're going to start a 4-game roadie. So I kind of feel like, listen, you're going on this road trip if you're Vegas, and big spot for Mitch Marner next game tomorrow night against Toronto. But tonight against this Bruins team, you're looking at a Boston Bruins team that, yes, they're 17-6-1 at home. I get it. They just ripped off a ton of wins, but they just had an L to Dallas. And that one kind of got me. Because I'm looking at it going, man, Dallas has been a fade job and a half. And yet, oopsie, Dallas finds a way to get these boys. Now you got Akira Schmid and Korpisalo to start this thing off here. Schmid's been playing great. Look, Carter Hart's not it right now. And now he's injured. So they go to Schmid. Young guy, playing great. 93.1% save percentage in his most recent performance. They busted up the Nashville Predators. 2.05 goals against average in his 4-game winning streak. So he's coming in hotter than a pistol, and he's playing better than his current season average at 2.45 goals against average. The jaw, boys. The jaw is what's kind of crucial when it comes to talking. On the other side of things, Jeremy Swayman, not so great. And now they got to go to Korpisalo. And I think this is where trouble comes into play. Swayman, your go-to guy, takes a beatdown against the Dallas Stars. And now you got to go to this guy playing okay. Not really playing any strong competition. So clearly a step up in class here. But I look for this Vegas Golden Knights team to rally. I look for them to rebound. I look for them to go out there and not just win this game, but I think this is that spot where there's no reason they can't be up in regulation. And that empty net goal comes very much into play, especially knowing that Korpisalo is behind or in the net for the Boston Bruins. So give me these Vegas Golden Knights at minus 1.5, and we'll move on. Yeah, dude, Phil the Kill. That's what concerns me is the dry socket. Blake says you can drink non-alcoholic beverages. Dude, I'm going to fire down vodka because it's a cleansing agent. I love you guys, man. Thanks you guys again. Thanks to you guys that sent me some notes yesterday. I appreciate that, man. It sucked. And so to see some of you guys take a second out to say, hey, hope you're doing well is meant a lot, man. Touch me. I know it's only a root canal, but it's only the first of many things to be. I guess what? I got a shoulder labrum injury popping off here that's been preventing me from getting back to the links, and I got to get that on schedule here. Three more weeks. I think I got to check in on that thing. So anyhow, that's what happens when we get old, man. The body breaks down. Speaking of those Dallas Stars and getting old here, after coming off that win against Boston, they got the Columbus Blue Jackets. I believe some things are hard to quantify, but we talked about the coaching change and the impact therein. Well, they already played that card. Columbus fired their coach. They grabbed a couple dubs. They're back at home. They got Jack Greaves. This guy's the epitome of mediocre. You think about it. They like Merzlikins now. So they're kind of pushing Greaves to the side. They're giving Merzlikins more ice time because of the new coaching change. And it kind of makes sense. If you think about the fundamentals of a coaching change out there, it's like, we got to go to our number one. I don't want to get busted up and try to take a shot with Jet Greaves. And if the organization likes Merzlikins, I'm putting myself out of a job before I even get the job. And, 11 games, 6-4-1, just inconsistency at best from the Columbus Blue Jackets across the board. And that's how you get your coach fired. The Dallas Stars had a big win. Beat up them Boston Bruins. I mean, big, not in terms of the opponent. Well, I guess it's big with the opponent because they had a nice win streak going with that Boston side of things here, but finding the back of the net. Now you got DeSmith. He didn't play bad his last game, but that was when Dallas wasn't winning. So now you got Casey DeSmith coming off of a 91.5% save percentage game against the Anaheim Ducks. He's 1-2-1 because this team has struggled at best. And guess what? Throw him into the Wolves against this Columbus Blue Jackets team. And I like it. I think it's a great Dallas spot. I would lean to the under in this game as well, but this one just kind of comes down to goals and scoring for me, right? If you look at it here, Columbus, they're scoring, but they're allowing almost 4 goals a game expected against over their last 10. So the recent snapshot is they're just not playing great defense, and they're going to the goalie that they're looking to punt. It's a bad combination. And then Dallas, on the other hand, has the offense, but just hasn't been able to put it together. And the worst part for the Columbus Blue Jackets here, surprisingly, the Dallas Stars are 15-6-6 at home. On the road, 15-6-6. So I'm jumping in on the Dallas Stars. Give me the Dallas Stars at a -110 seems more than fair. The Solution says Nuggets and Warriors and Wolves parlay for a +151 for the Solution. Appreciate you sharing that, my friend. Let's go on. Let's talk about this one. I guess at first thought, well, I'll tell you what I'm on. I'm on the Blackhawks. They're in the dog roll. That was something that one of the prerequisites for us playing. Now, it's Carolina. So we know it's the capital of the under. Carolina, if you look at their history and kind of how they've been doing things, they're not going on that elongated run yet, right? They'll win 2 games. They'll lose 3 games. They'll win 2 games. They'll lose 3 games. They're currently on a 3-game winning streak. Who have they played in that streak? Well, they busted up the Florida Panthers without Tkachuk, 9-1. They busted up that New Jersey Devils team that was just starting to get Jack Hughes and their pieces back together, 4-1. And then they just took down the Buffalo Sabres 2-1. So, I don't know. Do you get excited about this team? If you're the Carolina Hurricanes, you got the Chicago Blackhawks coming into town. You're about to go, and this is where I love this. You've heard me talk about it before. It's the shit schedule spot. You're about to go out of town to Ottawa. Then you're going to come back home. Now, the difference here, and this is where I wonder about the psyche of the player, because if you look at the situation with the scheduling, they've got tonight's Thursday, they've got the Chicago Blackhawks. They play on Saturday at Ottawa. Then they don't play again until next Thursday against Utah. So I wonder if this team looks at the schedule right now and says, you know what, we're kind of in those blah days. Like, it's weird because there should be a lot of 3 games in 4 nights with the Olympic break coming up here. But at the same time, you've got a team that's going to find themselves with essentially 1 game in the next week. And if you're the Chicago Blackhawks, this is the key. You just had a big homestand. We'll talk about that in a second. Homestand is defined by 4 straight games, right? They played 4 in a row on home ice. You look at kind of their upcomer. Well, they go back home for the Florida battle. They got Tampa and Florida. So they sneak in on the road only to go back home. What do you make of that? How do you address that? Well, the way I addressed it, and kind of the thing that pushed me in this direction here, is if it's going to be a lower scoring game, can we validate a team being a $3 favorite? And to me, the answer is no in this case, but it's not just no, it's no with an asterisk here, because road dogs, after a long homestand, are 10-5 straight up. So you can play the puck line. You get the nice little plus 105 number on there, minus 105, whatever that case may be. But you get the opportunity here for the big bang. We got two big bangs here between the Vegas Golden Knights at plus 170, the Chicago Blackhawks at plus 240. And I think both of these guys have a real opportunity. Mr. Weskers is here. Shout out to Chris Manriquez, says Mikey Money. The Solution says Nazir's back. Okay. Guess who's back? Back again. Ottawa Senators and the Nashville Predators are the way that I want to cap off this NHL card. We'll keep her moving. Keep this time crunch going. Want to get you guys in. Want to get you bets. Want to get you out. And look, I didn't realize it. I had to dig in. Now, if you look at these teams, I believe the Nashville Predators are a playoff team. I thought that last year. So my feet are kind of taped to the pedals to some degree. The Ottawa Senators with James Reimer going in net now. We talked about the shit show that is, and Linus Allmark and his girl and what she may or may not have told the other wives and girlfriends from road games and so on and so forth here. But because of that, you got to go back to Reimer again. This will be his third straight start. Now, he had a 4-1 win over the Blue Jackets. 95.5% save percentage. Nashville, guess what's the problem with Nashville right now? They're on a 2-game losing streak, but we've talked about it. How do you go on a losing streak? You don't score. They're getting outscored 12-5. Saros, he's trying to bounce back. He got busted up against that Buffalo Sabres team 5-3. That was a shame. They got it back to within a goal, and then Buffalo just opened it back up in the third period. So, okay, so be it. I get it. But the Predators, what do we see? Do they bounce back? I don't care. To me, I don't care. To me, this is the goaltending play. And the play, despite what you might think here with Ottawa being able to go out there and run and gun, is a lower scoring game. Now, we just talked about Nashville getting outscored 12-5 in their last 2 games, right? How about this? We talked about the Florida Panthers on Thursdays and their unders. How about Nashville? After a loss on a Thursday, the unders cashed 11 straight times. It's 17-5-2. And so as I started thinking about it, I was thinking, well, what's going on? Why is it they're kind of middle of the road. They're not really finding their groove at this point here. They're coming off of a series of losses. And then I looked at it and I saw, well, they've got Utah back at home. I mean, this just seems like one of those little flat spots. You protect the goalie, you play some defense. You know, the other guys, they're going to be playing defense. They got Reimer going in for his third straight start. So why not take a shot with this under 6.5 and a lower scoring game for Ottawa? Not a comfortable situation, but I think that's what makes it the play, is that it is a little bit uncomfortable. So let's take a poke at this guy. Let's see if we can find a way to keep him underneath there. Here's what amazes me with Twitter. How does the Sports Money Twitter side not have a single view? Let's put it on Twitch, or at least we had one. Let's move into the NBA, you guys. I got the Houston Rockets, the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll look at some cash flow and some line splits here and try to see if we can come to heads or tails of this game here. I don't know why I keep getting sucked into these Houston Rockets games, but here they go. They opened as 3.5-point favorites on the road to the Sixers. We know that the Sixers, they like to let dogs win on their home turf. I don't know why, but that just seems to be the way it is. They've moved down to 2.5. 51% of the bets and 57% of the cash are on the home dog 76ers. Correlated line movement. The totals come down 3 points from 224.5 to 221.5, even some 221s. And that is reverse line movement because you have 89% of the bets and 89% of the cash. If you've been following along with the show, you know that I have been, I don't know. It's hard to imagine that I could be struggling with Houston. They've got 3 straight wins. They've won 4 of their last 5, but they're just not covering. They've gone over the number 4 times. Under the number 4 times. The Sixers have gone under the number 3 of their last 4 as well. And so I get the number coming down. If you're Joe Public and you look at this thing and you're thinking, hey, let me just get on and under in this case here. But Where I have to beg to differ and why I'm going to take the over in this game has to do with the talent on the court. First of all, if you're the Sixers, I mean, you're essentially retooled. Tyrese Maxey has been the savior, rising superstar, capable to play both sides of the court, but just go out there and punch in points. And then he's balanced with some talent like Edgecombe, who came out of the middle of nowhere. Paul George, he rested himself not too long ago, so he's got fresh legs coming in. Joel Embiid. And then, oh, by the way, let's not forget a young feller named Kelly Oubre coming back into the offense out there, making this, on paper, on the East, one of the most talented teams out there. Not just as a bias, but, you know, in generally speaking. Houston brings in Kevin Durant. This guy's all-time scoring factor. Poor leader, solid scorer. Then on top of that, you know, Dorian Finney-Smith comes back in. And this is where I like this. Dorian Finney-Smith, prolific three-point shooter. Houston averages 117 points. Philadelphia averages 116.5 points. I'm no math major. Well, I used to be. But if you combine those, you got about 234 points. And this total's set at 221. So without getting too creative and too clever, it's just a matter of saying the talent on the court hasn't fulfilled or reached the expectation that's out there yet. And for me, I peel the onion back on that and say, well, this means there's opportunity. And there's opportunity. Where do we look for margin? We want 10 points plus margin. And that's the opportunity that's in front of us, I believe, with this game. So I'm going to take the over. Houston Rockets 76ers game. Give me the over 221.5. Take a swig. This delicious clear stuff. I don't know. Feels like the ice has been left at the bottom of the glass too long. Let's go on to the Nuggets and the Wizards. I don't know what to make of this Wizards team yet. I think the reality is we still need time. Obviously, they've brought in some new pieces. They're trying to figure it out. The Nuggets, you know, we know what they are. They're void of talent here with injuries. 74% of the bets and 70% of the cash have come in on the Nuggets. Line's just now starting to move. So kind of was frozen all day long with that money coming in. There are some bigger bettors that did take a shot with the Washington Wizards. Totals come down. I don't know if it's come down. It's kind of, I don't know about this total. This total scares me. 73% of the bets, 73% of the cash. The reason it scares me is that it opened at 228.5. And there's both 227.5s and 229.5s out there. So they're really not giving us any kind of leading indicator as to which way the wind is blowing when it comes to the totals themselves or what they're concerned with. My initial gut told me, well, you got to probably take a look at this under to some degree. But then you just got to plug in and wonder, well, I guess the big thing for me is Trae Young. You know, we saw Ice Trae coming into the squad here. Is it enough? I don't know. I mean, the problem with the Nuggets is you got Jokic, Johnson, and Braun. We talked about them the other day, still out. But even though they're kind of still out, Nuggets just kind of, I don't know. I don't know if they're just going through the motions till their players I can't quite put my finger on it. But I'll tell you what I did. I did say, you know what, the number to me, if I was trying to read the line, says this is a Denver Nuggets spot. -6. You're a pretty chalky road favorite with everybody being beat up and injured in this thing. You're coming off of 3 straight losses. You got this Washington Wizards side of things. We've made money with the Wizards when they were losing and the sky was falling. Everyone was turning away from them. We were embracing them, but I think this is a good opportunity for us to pull back a little bit here. Look, if anything, the Nuggets are playing better away from ball than they are at home. They're 17-7 on the road for a team that's 29-15 overall. Let's use our fingers and toes. That means they're 12-8 at home. But they're stomping the shit out of teams down the road. So I kind of like that metric. And then you look at the Wizards on the other hand of things here. I mean, what are they doing? Are they riding out the string? They made that Trae Young play, but I think that was more or less they're not trying to make any statements. They're just trying to capitalize on a piece that's out there and either it be trade potential at the end of the season or or I'm not sure what, but this team ain't winning. I'll tell you that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight losses. They did catch a win. They lost before that. So they're 1-8 in their last 9. I think Denver comes into this thing, and they just played, by the way. So some of you guys might say, all right, well, it's the rapid revenge. I mean, they lost by 6 points. They were at Denver. We just talked about how Denver ain't playing so great at ball. But, if you try to read the line and you try to see what this profile tells us with this thing here, they lose by 6. Okay. But when they were sitting there in Ball Arena, they were getting 10.5. So it seems like, despite the cover, I just feel like this line's telling us, look, you want to be in on this. You want to be on this Nuggets side of things. You're getting a team that you're buying low on in the Nuggets because they've lost 3 straight covers. And then Wizards, including that game at Denver, have won back-to-back games. So I like it. I like a Nugget spot in this game here. Let's keep her moving. Let's talk about the last game on the card. Mr. Wesker says he was tempted to take the Wizards money line, but they went on a win streak this month and they need to relax on wins. That's kind of a good point. That's a really good point. Jay Main's in the house. What up, Jay Main? All right. The Lakers and the Clippers. Excuse me. Ow. That cough hurt. That cough really hurt. Without any pain meds. Man up, as they say. 60% of the bets, 59% of the cash are on the Lakers. Totals at 223.5. That's not moving. 88% of the bets, 87% of the cash here. Maybe I'm a closeted Clippers fan. I look back at some of the Clippers games that I played. I mean, they're winning. As of late, they found themselves not covering. So they had 3 straight road games. They lost their most recent against the Chicago Bulls. That was a spot that was my play of the day. 23 straight wins there. High scoring teams against the Central Division, and they lost. They made me look foolish, but I'm going to go right back to them for a couple of reasons. Shit is falling apart in LA right now. And you might look at their record and be like, well, what are you talking about? Did you guys see Jeannie Buss come out there shooting all kinds of hate on LeBron James? He's not grateful. We drafted Bronny for him. He didn't care. He's got too much say, and we don't like his attitude. I mean, they shit all over this guy. They open at +3. They're down to +1s. They're pretty much a pick 'em now across the board. And you have 60% of the bets and 59% of the cash coming in on the road team in the LA Lakers. I evaluated it. I looked at it. The Battle of LA. These are always fun spots for me. New York, and well, not so much the Brooklyn Nets and the New York Knicks at this point, but I always like it when they got these like same city battles going on out there. And Bron and Luka, okay, I'm sure they'll start to figure it out. I don't know. I don't know what Luka's role is out there. That's the problem I have right now. Like, it seems like if you kind of watch the way he plays out there, they're just not reliable when it comes to scoring. Like, Luka's always like foul baiting, and I don't know. When it doesn't go his way, he cries like a little bitch, and it's like, it's not fun Lakers basketball to watch right now is what it comes down to. I mean, they had to move on from day-to-day Davis, and look at this guy and what he's not doing now. But, listen, to me, it comes down to the motivation spot. Okay. We got the LA Clippers. They're back into the play-in formation. I know it's early, but you got to like build some momentum and go on a rip when you can. And, they're in 10th place in the West. They barely hold on, but it is a winning record at home. They're 11-9 at home. Kawhi or not, I just think this line's a little tricky spot for us out there, and we can take the Clippers to go out there and get the dub. Minus that last game, they were finding some performance opportunities out there, and I can dismiss that Chicago Bulls game in hindsight, knowing now, I should have known it then, but knowing I didn't have the right screen up to be able to tell me what was on deck. Well, what was on deck was the Battle of LA. So a winning team falls into that look-ahead position, and now this is the look-ahead spot. So it's time to show me. Put up or shut up, as it will be said here as we go to some college hoops. Not sure if we're going to get our guy to join us or not. We'll see if he's on here in a minute. But I've got 2 games that I wanted to talk to you guys about in college basketball. And I didn't even write them down. Hang on one second here. Here we are. I wrote them down. I just didn't put them in the banners here. Bear with me while I put these in really quick. And the first game I'm going to look at for you guys is this Penn State game. Penn State and whiskey. Penn State comes into this one here, boys, struggling mightily in conference play. 0-7 in conference play is this Penn State team here. Finding some covers, but just not finding a way to get the win. And that creates the opportunity for us. You guys remember the opportunity. It's the Big Ten. It's the bounce back at home. 59% of the bets, 59% of the cash coming in on this Penn State squad here. Totals drop 2 points. Here's how I backed into this one. So the totals come down from 161.5 to 159.5. 66% of the bets, 67% of the cash coming in on the under correlated. Now, we know Big Ten teams bounce back at home. Big Ten bounce backs on their home court 71-33. And if the opponent just went over their total, it's 47-17. That's bounce back Big Ten. And if you put Penn State in the home dog roll, they're 16-3. Now tie that under, as I was talking to you guys about with the total. The under's coming down 2 points, right? Cash coming in on the under, but it's come down 2 points. So how do you make heads or tails of that? Well, Wisconsin, who just went over, loves shooting the 3, right? Get your umbrellas out. You're getting wet if you're standing around that rim when it comes to this Wisconsin squad. But the difference for me, when I see this total coming down, I see the bounce back at home situation for Penn State. I see a situation where you're going on the road, different sight lines, different gym. Them 3-pointers that you love shooting, you live or die by the 3. You ain't smoking the J tonight. You're getting smoked. Wrong team favored. I like this Penn State squad here to exact some revenge. Get their home bounce back. Give me the +6. Bo Jackson. Lakers are wearing the city editions. I think the Lakers show up tonight. Oh, man. How could he wear the city editions on the road, though, Bo? You know what I mean? It's also the 20th anniversary of Kobe's 81. Oh, boy. Smoke Amir says, what's up with Snowmageddon? I heard it's going to fucking snow. Pack it in my fucking gums the way these things are hurting me here, boys and girls. All right. So I got Penn State +6. I would sprinkle that money line too. I mean, I think that's a fair look. It's +220. Don't go crazy. If I could give you, maybe I should start doing this. Maybe I should start doing a consistent little money line parlay. If I could money line parlay you guys, let me write this down. Let me refresh this. We got a second. If I could moneyline parlay this thing for you guys here with dogs, strictly dogs, I take Southern Miss. Southern Miss +2.5. Moneyline. Hang on, let me fix this. I'm going to play this too. Since we're talking about what the fuck? Southern Miss is +118. Okay. I like Penn State at +225. I just told you that. I like UNC Wilmington against William and Mary. I like that money line. That money line's coming in at +120. And there was one more I wanted to add in here. Hang on. Please hold. Eastern Illinois. Let's punch this in right now. What say you guys? Let's punch this in right now. You know what's going to happen is my internet's going to freeze up on me. Shit. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tweet it out. I'll tweet it all out to you guys after the fact. But I like that spot. So there's a little 4-packer for you guys to consider. Go back and check it out if you missed it. And then I've got one more play for you guys. College basketball play of the day. Shout out to Cody Norton in the house. Skunk Blaster. Scumbag play of the day is in. And he's there. He goes against me with his Georgia State money line. My guy. Shout out to you, Cody. Appreciate you, brother. Skunk Blaster coming in here, dropping the Skunk Bag play of the day. And the last game I got for you guys is Portland State at -2.5. Broke this college basketball card down just a little bit. Went down deep in the arrays of opportunity here. Oh, you know what? The other one, give me one more. Give me Weber State in that equation as well. But I like this Portland State game. 61% of the bets, 58% of the cash on Portland State. Lions move from -1.5 to -2.5. And I'll be short and sweet for you guys in this one here. Portland State's been ripping off the dub on everybody. They're covering everything as well, but they didn't cover Northern Arizona. And that's why I like this little opportunity here. They were laying 11.5. They won by 11, but in the books case, they didn't cover. Beating the shit out of everybody, just got the hook on them. They got hook popped, right? Eastern Washington 2-3 in their last 5, but this is what it comes down to. One stat that you need to know is this. You stuff Portland State on the road. They're a cover machine. They've covered 8 in a row. Every road game they've played this year, they have covered. 8-0, Portland State, -2.5. That's it. That's how we're going to put the bow on the show, you guys. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. There we go. He got us in time. Let's bring him in. You guys know it. Going to be part of the Saturday lineup. My guy, we're going to do some dual stuff. Oh, he bounced out. He's in, he's out. He's in, he's out. He's in, he's out. Let's see if we can get in. Let's see if we can get him in. Let's see if he just needs to fix his camera. Give him a minute. I always love shooting down the rip with some college hoops with my dude. There he is. Back, ready to attack. Let's pop him on screen. I see him there. Is he up? Is he good? Thumbs up. He's ready to roll. It's our guy, Mickey Mac. Daddy in the house. What up, Mac?
I didn't know how you got your boxes here, Michael. What the fuck's going on?
How much you like the box?
Yeah, why not?
I just picked up a couple of college hoops games, my friend. I broke the news. I made the big, exciting announcement. Saturday is going to be where it's at here. We're going to do a little dual streamage to get you guys some college hoops action. So,
not a crazy show, but for the next, March Madness starts. You know what I mean? For next little bit. Saturday.
Okay, the best part of college basketball, right? We got divisional play here. We got conference play. We got tournament seeding coming up. This is if there's ever more I know it's not a predictable thing, but if there was ever more predictability than not, it's got to be right now, right? We've seen these guys now. They're going to start playing teams for the second time through.
Oh yeah, it's fine. This is when I love it. I don't want to be playing too much. As I found out over the years in November, you know what I mean. So that's why it's a lot less. There,
dude, I feel like kicked the basketball season off. I got kicked in the face. It was like this year more so than ever. I can recall like the first month of basketball was just tough for me to get a handle. But
yeah, well, I was talking to you. I mean, Saturdays the last couple of weeks, it's like midweek has been all so good, and there's just a lot of basketball games on Saturday. It's a lot of fucking work, Go through them, weed them out. Games. But tell me real quick what you were just on here. Mike, you love Portland State tonight?
I like Portland State. I took the -2.5 points. I played it. I laid it. And I was just talking about this team on the road. This simply came down to me as a situation where you've got a team on the road that's just been red hot. Now, oh, shit, my numbers just dropped off here. Hang on. Bear with me here. Did you get a chance to look at that game at
ATS? Yeah. What could go wrong here with Portland State?
I mean, it's
right? Why is this so short? If this team goes on the road and they're playing a horrible Eastern Washington team that's 4-14, why just open 1.5? I mean, it's moved. Obviously, people see they want Portland State. I get it. I kind of lean to the over. Eastern Washington gives it up, right? They're horrible defensively. And if they have a big game here and they're in it, they're going to score, I think. You know what I mean? Portland State obviously has the better defense when you rip to the numbers. But I thought at the 149, that was just a little bit low, the total. You know, I try to gravitate these totals where I catch advantage of them at a number. You know what I mean? We all want that. We're betting numbers here. And, you know, unless I love an over, I mean, I just try not to bet crazy teams like when they're 168. I mean, you really need points. You really need teams to get up and down, which there are those, you know, out there that you could take. But I don't know. Something don't smell right. I would take. I'd be on the other side. Well, this is great. This is why we got it. You know what I mean? It's. I haven't bet this though, but I haven't bet this. I'm telling you this. We're gonna get to a couple that I'm on, but I would be on Eastern Washington in this game. I would take them. They're just having probably, I'd say, one of the worst years they've had in a while. You know, not that they're an amazing basketball school or anything, but are always usually pretty good at home. This year, just 3-2. Before 14. And the problem is the stops. That's what I had a problem betting in this, you know, taking them. It was just, they're going to have to outshoot, out hustle, but they're at home. I think obviously just a good rivalry. I'd be leery. I hope you cash, but this was close for me. Not only the over, I
love playing Eastern Washington at home. The problem that I've had with Eastern Washington at home as of late is they're just not coming through for me. And, or maybe not just this year, but maybe it's,
you know, they've been so bad. They've played well lately. I took Southern Utah. Talking about a couple bad dogs I was on the game. Radford as well. Southern Utah was just a place I always wanted to take for years and years and years and years. And the last 2 years, they've sucked. They're like one of the worst basketball teams in seems like in all of America. They can't even win at home. They're just that bad. But, yeah, we'll see in this spot. I wish you luck. I had bet it, but I think there might be points.
Well, I appreciate it.
I might get there. That's the later game here we have.
Right. And I jumped in on Penn State earlier. This one's about to pop off for the Penn State side of things here.
I like it. I mean, that's where I would take it. I've had a little bit of trouble with Penn State. I think they've played better. They're still not great. They've struggled in second halves. You know, I think I remember, what was that? The UCLA game? Was that 2 games ago? Real quick.
I think so, yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, where they
really struggled there late. They lost 71-60. I remember it. At home. I think they were catching a similar number here, right? 4.5.
So the line profile pretty similar to that game, I thought too. And
yeah,
you know, the thing for me I looked at was so Penn State as the home dog, you know, has a really great home court advantage. And on top of that, I said this just a few minutes ago, I saw the line coming down. And what is Wisconsin, you know, what does whiskey live or die by, right? The 3. It seems like to me.
Yeah.
Like if they're not out there fucking knocking it in from the parking lot, then and everywhere else under the sun, then they could potentially struggle. So why not? You take a nice home court advantage against a team that loves to shoot the 3. You change their sight lines, you change their views, you put them on the road. It just felt like, and then on top of that, I was just looking, who do they have coming up next too? And I kind of thought, this seems like a sleepy little spot. Why give a shit about Penn State? And this team, then Penn State, that is desperate at 0-7 in the conference. I mean, shit. You're pretty much eliminated at this point.
I got a game. I'm on the under. The game that just popped off. Let's just talk about one. We'll get to the end here. We'll get out of here. I took the Siena Marist under. Yeah, I got to take it. They're too slow. Marist a little bit up tempo more. Dare you say, Mike? 269. Playing a little bit quicker. It seems like I always have them right around 300 or 315. But Siena still, I mean, just slow, super slow. I think they're 317, maybe even lower when I was running through it earlier. I think the defense, Siena's at home. This moved a bunch up to the over. You know, I just thought it get to a number. It's one of the rare sports where it doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I take so much, let's say on a side, points as well, because in hockey and MLB, we're taking money line for the most part, or we're laying 1.5, however you want to do it. I mean, that's where you get it. So to be safe, I mean, college basketball can get wacky with these small schools, as everyone knows.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't trust the shooting. Marist is a really good defense. Siena still is a pretty good defense. They could score a little bit more. Both these teams trend to the under. 7-10, 7-13 is Siena. And unless they light it, sometimes that's just going to happen. You know what I mean? I got to be on the under. Yep. I think it's just a good rivalry, tight game. So maybe it was low, 129. When it hit 135, I took it. You got anything else late?
MAA schools, by the way, those MAC schools.
I love that. I'll never lay a number with those. I mean, like Siena, you could take just at home. Not that I like it, because they just have to win. I never lay points ever. Dude, take a home dog.
Unders. Home dogs.
Oh yeah,
unders.
Yes.
Like you could flip a coin on. If you're not sure about the side or the total, flip the coin, and you're probably going to have a 75% chance of being right, because it's like they love going under when they play. Think about it too. It makes a lot of sense. Like there's not a lot of really outstanding offense, and you can easily get blocked up by the defense by that home team. So I love those spots. I love those that MAC particularly. What else you got for us?
I'm on a late game here. There's a couple. I think this one, I'm going to get to the one I'm on. Denver, of course, they've gone over a gazillion times, but I think they might be even live against North Dakota State. Tough to take a team that doesn't play defense, but that's a dangerous spot for North Dakota State. I'm on here, UC Davis. Give me him here. Everyone wants UC San Diego. I'm sure you've seen the money here, Mikey.
Sure.
And this has come down. I grabbed it at 2.5. There are a couple twos. It's down to 1.5. Everything that run through the years, everyone thinks this UC San Diego team, it's not the team of last year, even though they're some pretty good players and they played all right so far this year. I've been impressed with UC Davis, especially at home. I think they have the offense. Everything screams at this. To me, this should have been a pick 'em or UC Davis, maybe -1, -2. I think they're just going off the name here of UC San Diego. So I'm on them. Too much shows. I think they shoot the ball a lot better here, and like they have at home. I'm on them. UC Davis +2.5. There you go.
You give me a bite on some UC Davis love with you. Let's go.
Are you gonna run with me? All right.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna give me the other side. Come on.
No. Listen.
Okay. He said no.
I know our histories of Thursdays and head-to-heads, so I got to get my money where I can.
No, but I like. Hey, and that's all because we don't even talk about. You know what I mean? We do our own thing and bring it. So,
sure.
You know what I mean? That's why.
Yeah, I get it. It makes a lot of sense. The other one I was looking at here is a little bit of a later night spot, though. Man, this Hawaii team's been blasting off unders like crazy as of late. You think they got another under up their sleeve for us this evening?
Yeah, I would.
I mean, they're home. It's a monster spread. Yep. They're playing Bakersfield. I'm certainly nothing to be enamored about when it comes to the Bakersfield side of things here, but they've just got, I forgot what the number was, 8 or 9 straight unders in this position. It was like, gosh, Hawaii unders seem like a free square at the end. It's the late night special. So you kind of get that little bit of late night to try to make your money back.
Late night special. Shine the light, Mike. I agree. I think it's a little bounce back after the loss, being back home.
Yeah.
For them that they locked down. And even the spread's so big, because what's Bakersfield team total here?
Let me look. I don't know what's going on with my internet.
63.5.
Is that the number?
I don't even know if they get there, but I even think the full game is pretty good, as long as Hawaii doesn't score. But they haven't really seemed to do that, Well, they scored 90 here?
Yeah, they're at 80.5 as their team total right now. So that just seems aggressive to me. And I you know what, 63.
I know.
I might look to that team total under then too, because you could see. I mean, I don't know. I don't see it in the cards, but you could see a Hawaii team end up going off after that loss, right, and then coming back home. But at least if you isolate it to Bakersfield, low probability that Bakersfield goes off, right? Seems like that's a good way to isolate that game and get yourself some money.
I like it. I like it. I mean, everyone's on the under. Everyone loves the under, but in that game where I see it, but it's barely moved. It's moved a half point. Sometimes you just don't mess with, like you were saying, maybe it's just the Square brownie. Was your square cookie? What did you call it? Square of squares?
The free square.
The free square. Free square.
Mickey and Mac Daddy, I am excited for the Saturday.
Yeah.
Debut.
Well, I think we get on to the Saturday show. I just want to, it's not going to be crazy. We get on with what we're betting, and I think we like anybody with questions, and we get off. Nothing too long. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's.
You want to get on and slap ass like you do?
I got a lot of ass to slap on Saturday. We got UFC 5 p.m. So
I know. Well, that's why we'll make it. Yeah, we'll have plenty of time to roll through it. Yeah,
we'll get Ramon Scott busting it down early in the morning. There, we'll come through. We'll tell you what we're playing. We'll tell you what we're laying. We'll tell you where we like some spots, and we'll answer your guys' questions, which is, I think, the most value out there. If you guys have questions on games, you're not certain about a side or whatever the case may be, we'll be ready to play. You guys come ready to play, and we'll kick it off. Saturdays, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Vegas time. Sound good?
8 a.m. Vegas time, right after Ramon Scott. Does Ramon Scott ever sleep?
He does, but only for like 45 minutes. And I think he does it upside down too. I think he sleeps upside down. So I'm not not entirely sure, but I know he loves it. He'll be on tonight. He'll be on tonight probably around midnight or so. You'll catch Ramon Scott doing his thing as well. So all good, man. Tell him what's up. Scott. Tell them where they can find you.
Saturday. That's it. I don't need to pump myself up. Connor Mack picks Saturday. Let's get it going. College basketball in full effect. So we'll be here. Tell me what you hit up. What's your hockey play of the day? It's here.
Hockey action here tonight. Tonight I jumped in on the Chicago Blackhawks as a dog. I jumped in on the Vegas Golden Knights -1.5. And then I took the my whole internet's just, I can't even believe this is still functioning right now. Literally, like I'm floating. Everything's on the internet. It's nice to go to the Google Docs until you have to be on Google Docs. Dallas Stars. I got the Dallas Stars in there as well. I think it's a great spot for Dallas today against the struggling Chicago Blackhawks, or at least defensively struggling Chicago Blackhawks. And then I took the under in the Ottawa game. Ottawa-Nashville under 6.5. So there's a 4-pack. Vegas -1.5 was +170. Chicago Blackhawks +240. The under 6.5 in the Senators game, and then Dallas. I got Dallas at a -110 just to win the game. I thought fair money pricing on those spots.
I love, real quick before we bounce off, what do you love on that Ottawa Nashville? Just Nashville at home here, where you got some numbers behind it. Yeah, tell me you got an intersecting zero, because Ottawa's gone over. Okay, fuck. I wanted to hear it. I love when you rip those off.
I got the under. I'll tell you. Here's what I got for you. With regards to the under, Nashville after a loss on Thursdays are an under. How about that? Nashville's after a loss when they play on Thursdays. 11 straight unders. 17, 5-2 to the under, 11 straight unders.
Sweet.
I'll do my best to find those plays for us on Saturdays.
No shit. Yes, we need it. We need everything we can get, right? Shit ain't easy sometimes.
Good luck, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Mickey the Mac Daddy. We're going to put a bow on the show, you guys. Have a great evening. Good luck with your money. Good luck with your bets. Good luck with everything that's going on here in the world of sports betting. And catch my guy, Mickey the Mac, and I. Saturday, we'll do a little dual stream action and get you guys all the information you need to get that cash for the college basketball. Till then, good luck, everybody.